Howdy y'all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of Now Boarding. In the previous episode, we kept pretty much expanding our operations and earning so much darn money, we were able to almost completely buy all the destinations in the UK area, and despite everything, we were able to get over 170 passengers delivered, meaning that once we get to this last city, we practically are done with Britain and about to head over to mainland Europe. So with that out of the way, let's head to the career and back to England. So, the next destination is Manchester. Once we unlock that, we are practically done with England. So let's get into it. I'll need to get the I'll have to get the helicopter back to London to make sure it's set up for today's operations. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of people going to the Isle of Man today. Let's see. Oh, right. Because of the limited amount of capacity stops, I'll have to start transporting passengers in particular areas. Let's see, this is going to go to there, and back. As for this, it's going to go around in a circle. And let's see, it's going to go to Dublin, then it's going to go to Glasgow for a private plane. And let's see, we're just going to make sure that these people are happy on the map, because if they are not happy, they are going to be, well, not so happy campers. We got a lot of people heading towards the Isle of Man. Might as well just set up a special plane for it, I suppose. Alright. We're getting them all out in a timely manner, I suppose. As long as we don't have any freakouts, at least 3 of them on this map here, then we should be good to go. Gonna set these planes to the Isle of Man just to get them out of the way. Yeah, they're... Darn it, there goes 1. And 2. Darn it! Let's try that again. First of all, let's get the helicopter back. I thought we were going to get through this without any more month resets. Guess I was wrong. Alright, let's see. Norwich, Birmingham, Southampton, Bristol, Norwich, there, and there. I'm going to focus on getting as many people as I can to the Isle of Man. Same for this plane. Belfast, well, not Belfast, Dublin and Glasgow with this plane. Okay, let's see. Alright, the helicopter's coming in. Let's get these planes all set up for their flights. Alright, just gotta get more people on board for their respective flights. Alright. Send them out on this plane. Use this. Just drop some off. Get some passengers heading to the castle on board. Passengers. I know I'm saying let's see a lot. I mean, this is a strategy type game. You want to make sure that everybody is getting to their destinations happily without any problems. Let's see, let's just get some out, use existing. Use existing on this one to make sure that we get a lot of our people picked up in, well, on the Isle of Man, because there's so many people want to be picked up and taken home. Alright, final boarding. No more passengers are on the map. But I might as well just try to see if we can get as many people delivered before we're done with this month. Fortunately, with our big planes, it won't be too much of an issue. Alright. Use existing on this. Plus for that. Send them out on that. Let's see. Use existing. Get them back on before anybody else freaks out. Well, 173, but we now have over 170 people, which somehow we didn't actually achieve. But with that being said, let's buy Manchester and be done with England. Alright, it took over 2 years to get... It took over 3 years to get this done. 5 freakouts, 169 failures, but we practically made over $529,000. Practically nearly $530,000. Now with England out of the way, it's time for mainland Europe. The new airline hub opens in Zurich. So we're going to do the same thing in London, but now we're taking care of the major cities here in mainland Europe. So we got 2 good planes for now. We can have them serve these cities here. And same for this. Though, of course... Actually... Let's just do this. And just get these passengers on board. And get these passengers boarded for this plane. Let's practically see how much we'll make this year, well, this month, and see what we'll need to do to upgrade our operations again. Alright, we got a speedy plane, that's good. Get that plane out. Get these passengers back on. actually doing pretty good so far. I mean, we are only starting off small, so we just have to be sure to not go super crazy on expanding, otherwise we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Okay. Let's get these passengers to London. Speed bonus, that is good. And do that for our bigger plane. Pick up some passengers in Copenhagen. Well, pick up some passengers bound for Copenhagen before the other plane does. Somehow we got 2 speedy planes, despite the fact that the plane in front of that one just got the cloud first. But I'm not complaining. Final boarding, let's get this done. Alright, first month done. We made about 8,400, so that's pretty good. Now let's have a look at our goals. We gotta get the blue terminal, get the airmail shop, the blue tower, buy a blimp, a 20-seater plane, the love boat, and over 250 passengers delivered. Okay, so the Omni Tower is 10 grand and the blue terminal is, well, the blue terminal is 20 grand, this is 10 grand. Let's see. We can still get the private jet and the Lone Ranger, and we still have, and we actually have access to the 747 again, which is good. But considering we don't have much money, and plus, why would we need this plane? We're just gonna buy another one of these and acquire some of our first employees as well. Hopefully I'll be able to get through this. I'm gonna have her as gate attendant, have him work in docking, have her work in ticketing, and of course her in customer service. And let's see, they haven't improved their skills at all, oddly. But with that being said, now with staff on board, we should be able to make things a little bit more smoother. So, we're gonna do that for this one, and do this for the other plane. And then send them out. This way, now our planes can finally pick up every passenger available and then bring them back to the airport. Well, back to the hub. And there's a money cloud right there. 500 extra dollars is pretty good. We'll use existing for this flight, and same for this one. And send both of them out. Of course, they'll have to make a couple of extra stops, but considering there's some people are heading towards destinations these planes are heading to, I can see why that some people will probably be very, very happy of getting to those destinations in a good amount of time. Okay, let's see. We'll send these planes out again. Get the money cloud, an extra $500. Let's see. Let's have a look. So we got a couple of cities all across mainland Europe that we can unlock. And once these are all unlocked, we practically have connected to almost every major city. Surprised that there's no Japan Asia region. I mean, there are airports in Asia regions like China and Japan, but considering this game was made like several years ago, I just think they kind of maybe overlooked it or something. I don't know. But these planes are making us a pretty good amount of cash. As long as these passengers are delivered to their destinations in a timely manner and don't go super crazy, everything should be a-okay. Let's see, course 4 heading straight up to Copenhagen. And some heading down to Vienna. And of course, some are heading to Zurich as well. Let's send these planes out again. Alright, another A+, and another delivery into Zurich. Use existing, and that's practically it for the month. Bada bing, bada boom, we are done with the month. 54 passengers, although I had to spend $2 grand in payroll, but at least we got $8 grand to spend. Now let's have a look at our destinations, which there's a total of 24. So we got Glasgow and Dublin in Ireland. We got Reykjavik up in Greenland, or Iceland. We got Madrid in Spain, Lisbon in Portugal, Majorca, which is the island off the Spanish coast, Rome, Italy, Athens, Greece, Istanbul, Turkey, Budapest in Hungary, Warsaw, Poland, Kiev, Ukraine, Moscow in Russia, Helsinki in Finland, I think, Stockholm in Copenhagen in Sweden, and Oslo in Norway. Oh, of course, Amsterdam and Brussels, Paris and France, and Frankfurt in Germany. So we got a bunch of locations to serve. Now, I think we need to get started by adding a couple of decorations into the airport to keep people from losing their minds. So I'm going to buy a couple of plants, but I'm also going to buy some pictures to place on the wall. And I'm gonna get something for them to eat. Let's see. There's a snack machine. I only got $5 grand. I'll just place down the snack machine for now. And let's get on with the next month. Won't be much money, but at least the passengers can have something to munch on while they wait for their flights to come in. Use existing, and send this plane out. Let's see, is there any particular holidays that are around in this area? Frankfurt has Oktoberfest in October, of course. Tulip Festival in April. There's skiing in February up in Oslo. There is the Winter Festival in Moscow in January. Let's see, Christmas in Rome. July, running of the bulls, and Majorca with the beach in August. Oh, and of course, St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. So we got a whole bunch of cities that have month events closely knit to each other. So that's going to mean a lot of days that we're going to be earning a lot of money. Considering it's March right now, if we had unlocked Dublin, we would have been able to start transporting people there. But of course, we need to talk. Well, we need to get airplanes set up so we can make sure that everybody can get to their destinations in a timely manner. And by that, I mean we need to really diversify our fleet in order to make sure that every region of this area is served. Like, we need one to serve the far eastern part of Europe, we need one to serve the southern part, we need someone to serve England, we need someone to serve the far north, we need somebody to serve the cities in the middle of the European mainland. Let's use existing again and get these two passengers from Vienna. Go for the happy cloud and everybody is happy again. And get more passengers on the map, which again is super slow at this time because there are still people wanting to, well, get used to our new operations. Let's get these two passengers for London back on board. $500 in the pocket, that is good. Let's use existing. And, of course, use existing and send this plane out. Use existing again. And hopefully these passengers can finally get to their destinations. Alright, and bada bing, bada boom, we're done. 56, that's pretty good. We got $9,008. But considering we actually have enough money to unlock a couple of other destinations, I can buy this, but oh jeez, the distance is way too far from my plane, so we'll have to upgrade. But I can invest in some other cities. Maybe for Kiev, I could invest in Glasgow, I could invest in Budapest, which is not too far from Vienna, Austria. We could also invest in a couple of other things here. Like, I could get a soda machine to go with the stack dispenser. Yeah, I think I might as well just try to get some more shops in this here, so at least passengers can get something they need for their flight. A soft drink, some candies, a couple of chips, stuff like that. And a hot dog stand for those who need a good meal. That being said, though, I think we've reached a pretty good ending point for today's episode. So, if you had enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play of Now Boarding, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!